Alright, Kawaki. Glad you're back on board, buddy. We need to get you stronger. A lot stronger. What's up, guys? I'm Pencil here, and here to do a breakdown / live reaction review to chapter 16 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, which is known as... It's probably on the first page, but it's just that little bit lower down where I don't see it, so let's not waste any more time, and let's hop right into it. Heading me. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with a... pencil here. Fun fact, I do mean to have it on and keep it on me at all times. Any other fun fact, Eida on the cover page. Have we had her so far in part 2? No, I don't think so. That's actually kind of funny to think about, because she's been, like, not a focal point of the chapters. Like, she's been in a couple, has she? No. I don't think we've gotten her or my glorious King Damon yet. And we've had repeats. We've had, like, Boruto multiple times, but, that's Boruto. We even had, like, Ryu. And of course, I love my glorious King Ryu, not necessarily from this series, but from another series. But still, I don't know. It's actually interesting. I don't think we've got... Maybe we have, and I just don't remember. It has been, like, a year. Nearly a year and a half since Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. I feel like I just started reviewing it yesterday, but man, it's been a minute. So let's not waste any more time, and let's hop right into it. Honestly, I'll admit, the reason I'm not going too crazy on, like, an Eida design breakdown is because she hasn't aged. Like, I know she's, like, a cyborg android kind of thing, and this, like, of course they're not gonna age, like, no fit change, no nothing, like, you've been wearing that same crusty dusty skirt for the past 2 years. Okay, let me stop. I think it's 3. I always forget, how long is the darn time skip? Gosh, tell me, internet, how long is the the Boruto time skip? Period of 4 years. Was it 4? Has it really been 4? Is it 3? I thought it was 3. No. Gosh darn, it's not... It's 2, 3, or 4. I forget. But regardless, it's been at least multiple years, and she's still wearing the same, like, regular fit. Honestly, I was hoping for a fit change at least. But let's not waste more time. Let's hop right into chapter 16, the Singularity. Interesting. Let's take a look. Kashin Koji training. Alright. Let me see if I can hit the Kashin Koji voice real quick. Space-time ninjutsu. It instantly transports you, or other people, anywhere. As with flying, it's a basic Otsutsuki ability. You manifested it several times in the past. They were all single accidental bursts under limited I can English, I swear, give me a second. Irreproducible circumstances. So it's still something that you cannot control. However, in about 6 years' time, you managed to master it. By marking metal objects with your chakra so that you can sense them, you evolved it into a ninjutsu, enables you to move freely and instantly wherever you want. Well, no, not wherever he wants, but it's just Flying Raijin. So is his version of Flying Raijin? I thought he just had the Flying Raijin, but no, he's doing this by marking metal objects with your chakra so that you can sense. Like, I mean, it's Flying Raijin without the seal, I guess. And I guess as long as his chakra stays maintained within the object, that's fine. But honestly, I'd say the Flying Raijin's still better. Like, maybe this is more chakra efficient for Boruto as an Otsutsuki. But, like, for all intents and purposes, the Flying Raijin's just better. Because, like, once Minato makes a mark, not only does it never fade, like, even after he dies, but also, that's it. It's, like, 1 set chakra cost, and they're basically irremovable. Like, you could probably, like, carve out the piece of the ground or pick up the kunai where he left one. But, like, if it's on a person... they're likely to have to cut off that chunk of their body in order to remove it, or at least have it, like, it's skinned off of them. Meanwhile, these objects, I hope his sensories is good to read across the entire planet wherever far he needs to go. Let's see. Enables you to move freely and instantly wherever you want. And that is the Flying Raijin Jutsu. Oh, okay, so yeah, so it is just Flying Raijin. Huh? Flying Raijin? Yes, you named it after the similar jutsu favored by your grandfather, Namikaze Minato, the 4th Hokage. Ooh, wait a minute. Ikimoto! Is this the first time he's drawn Minato? Minato actually looks kind of clean in this style, which is so crazy. I get, because Minato was like 22 when he had Naruto, so he was like extra young, but still, especially considering how iffy I feel about, like, base Naruto. I mean, like, I like all of Naruto's transform states, except like Sage Mode, which is just like that pigment. But, like, I like Naruto for the most part in Ikimoto style, or at least I've grown used to it, and I like his transform states. But I've always felt iffy about how he draws regular base Naruto. This is actually a really nice drawing of Minato, to the point where I don't remember if Ikimoto's ever drawn Minato before. I think he's had to. This can't be the first time Minato's been drawn. But let's see. The 4th Hokage. In truth, there are 2 different jutsu. You actually don't know the real Flying Raijin. As you sought to control the space-time ninjutsu, you devised your own, a copycat of the Flying Raijin that produces near-identical results. Okay, so he's been using Flying Raijin, but it's not actually Flying Raijin. That explains why, I think I even mentioned it in an earlier review, it's weird that we don't see the markings anymore. It's because there are no markings. He is legit just transporting to chakra he's left around. It's solid, I hope, because like realistically, all he needs to do is figure out how to form that chakra into a marking. Right? Because that's the one difference. Like, Minato has the markings on his kunai and on people, or on an area. Meanwhile, Boruto needs to infuse an area with his chakra. And presumably, that's why it's limited to small objects, like a kunai or a shuriken. Meanwhile, Minato could put it on anybody. Like, he could infuse anything into, or place a mark on anything. Like a person, like the ground, like a tree. And essentially have a free teleport point at all times. Meanwhile, Boruto needs to leave a reserve of chakra, and of course, the chakra wouldn't be spent, but still, I feel like it is just still a lesser version of the Flying Raijin. But it's interesting that Boruto made his own thing out of it. Or at least replicated the jutsu in his own unique way based on his Otsutsuki biology. Devised? I'm a genius. Except all I feel right now is pleasure. Oh, well, it's pleasure. Pressure. Devised. I'm a genius? Except all I feel right now is pressure. I mean, to be fair, he has good reason to feel pressure, considering at this point, I'm pretty sure Trosuke is a thing. Yeah, because he's with Kaji and Koji now. So Trosuke is a thing. And obviously, he's trying to get 6 years into the future now. He figured that out after 6 years in another timeline. Meanwhile, he needs to figure it out now in this one. Let's see. I mean, it is, I'll admit, while I am definitely more of these flashbacks aren't necessary, this is a monthly manga, please just go forward in the plot. It is good to see some of Boruto's training, right? If that's kind of the folly of time skips for the most part. You kind of do ultimately always need to flashback to what happened in the time skip somewhat, because you need to justify some abilities that a character would get, and this is a pretty important thing. Like, this is Boruto's main means of transport so far. So explaining how he got this, how it's different from the Flying Raijin that we know, explaining the discrepancy of the Flying Raijin we know versus the Flying Raijin that Boruto uses, and once again building on Kashi and Kochi's ability to see the future and expand Boruto's kit, all that is nice. Though admittedly, this is a monthly manga, so I hope this didn't take up too much of the chapter. Metal objects are the most suitable for chakra marking. That is the optimal solution that you reached through trial and error. Metal? So this blade too? Of course. Shuriken, kunai, even decorations and utensils. Any metal object can be used for displacement. Thing is though, I wonder how little chakra it takes. Because then, well, admittedly, not everyone's a sensory type, right? Like, despite chakra being a power system, not everyone can sense it, so maybe people wouldn't notice. But you'd think, like, if he were to leave a utensil, or mark a utensil, or mark any sort of, like, pseudo-obvious area, people would sense his chakra there. Like, notably, I think Obito never realized he still had the Flying Raijin mark on him, is because it doesn't leak chakra. It is literally just like a spawn point. It's like a geographic location that Minato can teleport to. It takes his chakra. It doesn't take any chakra for that to be maintained. But if Boruto leaves, like, say his chakra-infused kunai or shuriken everywhere, some sensory is eventually going to sense it. Since presumably, it relies on Boruto, at least how Kachi and Koji explained it, it relies on Boruto sensing his own chakra, opening a space-time warp, and then going there. So he needs to be able to sense it himself. So it's not no measly amount of chakra, I presume. Unless his sensory is going through the roof, he likely does need to implement a pretty sizable chunk of chakra just in order to do this jutsu. Let's see. If it was in your visual range, the translocation would be easier and more accurate. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I wonder if Minato ever had that issue. But again, that man teleported across, like, insane distances. So, like, I don't really think so. I think Minato was mostly fine. Let's see. Even more accurate. Within visual range, huh? Well, I only have one eye. Are you saying that it's difficult to teleport far away? Let's say you got two I'll tell you, we are addressing, like, every single issue or concern I'm having, like, as the chapter progresses. So let me just read for a little bit. Let's say you got two chakra-marked shuriken, one far north and the other to the south. You sense the chakra on the objects and try to translocate, but in this case, you have no clue at which of the two shuriken you'll arrive. Huh. Yeah, makes sense. Could be a problem. It would not be an issue if only one object were in play at a time, but then you wouldn't be taking full advantage of the utility of this jutsu. And so, you came up with the idea to use symbols. Interesting. Each metal object will be made in a distinct shape, and visualizing that unique symbol will make it possible to accurately transport to your intended coordinates, even if they are far away. Oh, I see. So I should prepare a variety of metal objects exclusively for teleporting myself long distances? Indeed. But the farther you want to displace yourself, the greater the powers of concentration necessary. Ah, so the longer the distance, the harder it is. Because I have a lot of training ahead of me. Let me see. Let me keep reading a little bit longer. Listen, Boruto. In just a few minutes, you've acquired this knowledge that took the future you many years to cobble together. But knowledge alone is not enough. In order to truly master your flying Raijin, you'll need to study and practice an extraordinary amount. Oh, okay, he did it. That's not a problem. Let's keep going. I got a ton of things to do. Okay, yeah, I like that. I do like that Boruto's fully locked in. But oh yeah, okay, we're still okay, good and bad. Okay, we're switching on to a different topic. Yeah, honestly, it sounds like a straight downgrade. Of course, we don't have enough. I mean, outside that one platoon that uses it and Minato, we don't really have enough. Oh, and obviously Tobirama. We don't actually have enough, like, extrapolation on the original Flying Raijin to know if Minato had those struggles too. But then again, I guess technically because of how his works, maybe the kunai would be a little bit difficult for him to locate on. But like, he can think of the person he's teleporting to who has a mark on them, right? So like, when he teleported to Obito, or when he didn't know it was Obito, when he teleported to Obito post-arrival, he was just thinking of the mark I left on the masked man. Boom, and he went there. Or for the one that was in his safe house. Boom, the markings I have in my safe house, or the kunai I have there. Like, maybe Minato can't sense them, but he has the areas memorized. Or at least what he's left a marking on. While for Boruto, he cannot, even if he remembers where he left something, he needs to be able to sense where he needs to go in order to get there. I don't think Minato had to do that. So ultimately, while his Flying Raijin is a cool extrapolation on a base ability that Otsutsuki had, the ability to transport across space and time naturally through opening warps, it is just overall a downgrade to the original. But I guess that's good to have like some soft nerfs on it. You don't want to make Boruto too broken, so might as well give him some soft nerfs. I say those are pretty hard nerfs. But then again, like, in a battle, it's still good. And in fact, as long as he can see it, or sense it in the middle of a battle, and he's marked a couple shuriken, he's good. Let's see. Hey, I don't get it. If you can see both good and bad futures, why not tell everyone everything and have them help? Wouldn't that guarantee things go in a good direction? Omnipotence. So no. Let's see. It is truly ironic, but the more people that know it, the more the nature of that future will change. Once you know a future, you can no longer act the same as before you knew it. Instead, it will branch in complex ways, make it even more difficult to predict. That's true. Right? Like, it's kind of like, ironically enough, it's funny because that's kind of like a closed time loop story, but kind of not. Back to the Future. Even though in the macro sense, Marty did the appropriate things to get his parents together, meaning him and all of his family were conceived, Marty himself included naturally, it still messed things up. Like, just because he, a person from the future with knowledge from the future, appeared in the past and set most of the same events into motion, he still ended up fumbling the bag a little bit, but in a good way for him. Like, once again, the end of Back to the Future 1, and, like, obviously by the end of the trilogy, and it still ended up working out for him massively, because, you know, everything that changed was for the positive for the most part. But still, that's the thing. Things will always change the moment you go to interfere in the past. Like, say hypothetically, I were to go back in time and tell me, well, of course, this is seeing the future versus time travel, so maybe it's slightly different, but at least if I were to go back in time and tell past me, hey, 5 years from now, you're going to have a YouTube channel, and you're going to be reviewing Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, a sequel to the base Boruto manga. I'd look at me, and I'd look at my past self. My past self would look at me, and look at my past self, and we'd have this whole staring contest, and be like, wait a minute, I'm still doing YouTube 5 years later into the future? Okay. And then I would obviously go and spoil to Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. So, like, it would cause too many issues. And that's on, like, something random and minor as one guy. And obviously, the butterfly effect is a thing. And since we know that the Boruto universe operates on uni timeline, is in the sense that one timeline will flow, but branching timeline is still multiple. Like, the world can always change depending on the actions of the people within the world. Yeah, I understand what Kashi and Koji means. Because ultimately, the implications of future knowledge will be different for everybody. And every single time you tell a new person a new thing, they're going to interact differently with the same people who also have that same information who are going to interact differently. So it essentially leads to endless splinters. It's why I find Kashi and Koji and a certain Yuhobo so impressive to be able to perceive that much information. Because if it worked even to a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of what we think multiverse theory would be, every single choice made by every single creature that could make a choice would literally create a timeline. And another timeline. Another, like, That's why the butterfly effect is a thing. The flap of a butterfly's wings, or the lack thereof, can cause massive domino effects. Not to talk of the choices that human beings can make, not to talk of the choices that animals make. Like, it's so massive that the fact that Yuhapa and Kashi and Koji can even remotely perceive the countless futures with infinite branches, it's like, hats off to you. I think my brain would break. If you were to show me 10 different futures for me exclusively, I think my brain would break a little bit. But let's see. The point of completely negating the advantage of foreseeing the future via prescience. For better or worse, to know the future leads to the act of destroying it. That's true. And in particular, the more futures you know, the greater you diverge from the track called fate. Kind of, sort of. I mean, it really depends. And become a singularity, heretical existence, which makes the future unstable. Huh? Singularity? So it's better for most folks not to know anything, for things to proceed towards a good future. And the duty of we singularities of fate. That's a ball. I know what this video is called. Unless some other crazy line drops, I know what this video is called. And the duty of we singularities of fate is to aid the path to good futures from the shadows. Well, not too much from the shadows on Boruto's part. Huh? We? Just like me, you've become a singularity. Naturally, yes, so much future information. And as have you, who will likely see this sooner or later, Eida. Okay, so that's what she was on the cover. Okay. Did she go to tell my glorious King Damon? Probably not. My poor King Damon. Please. A singularity of fate. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Well, Eida, any luck? Funny story. Funny you asked that. Let's see. It seems as if Boruto isn't saying much. He must have his reasons. It feels to me that he's doing it to prevent unnecessary danger to the two of you. More than you know. Let's see. Huh? That might be the case, but he's always taking everything on by himself. Well, he extra has to now. Like, maybe if Koji wasn't there, he wouldn't need to, but like, technically, even though prescience is helping him a lot, like, he's definitely, like, cliffed himself massively from where he should be across the time skip. But at the same time, technically, this is two Otsutsuki abilities working against him. Prescience, it will only get more complicated and less reliable the more he relies on it. And obviously, Omnipotence is still consistently working against him. Obviously, there's a Divine Trees too, but still, like, he really is in a rough spot where I understand more to be like, let me buckle down and log in. Let's see. As for Konoha, they won't stop treating him as the enemy, even though it's obvious we have a mutual foe. So it's up to the three of us to help. Bold of you to say the three of us. What, like, especially, like, maybe I think they pieced it together. I think they know. I think they are, or at least they're smart enough to put together that Eida likely has some reasoning to do with what happened. So what motivation does Eida have to help you at all? Huh? Like, you're lucky that she's even able to cooperate or willing to cooperate and stuff like this. Like, realistically, she is all for the one guy who set this all up in motion. Like, she would not help you to save your life. Let's see. Hey, where is Boruto right now anyway? Sarada? I don't think Boruto wants us to know. Well, that's true. That's true. Huh? We may have taken... Oh, I hate... It's just my nostrils are clawed. It sounds so nasally. Oh, it sounds nasty. We'll see. We may have taken Boruto's side outwardly, yet we know almost no crucial intel about him. That is true. They really are going on straight blind faith right now. But of course, that is really blind faith. Like, they know the truth. But still, for all those purposes, currently, they're going on straight blind faith. Who knows what could happen to Boruto over that time skip? Let's see. But I think it's because of that we've been able to live freely like this. Yeah. And that truly is the point. That's the thing. You keep interacting with Eida and Damon like they're actual allies. I love my glorious King Damon. And Eida's cool too. But the moment you, either of you, prove a threat to the world that Eida desires, Damon gets you. Or Eida gets you. Like, realistically, they ain't beating Eida. But at the same time, you definitely ain't beating Damon. No one beats my glorious King. That's why I'm waiting. I'm waiting for whatever his name is. Bugtree. I call him Bugtree because I forget what his actual new name is. I was gonna say Roshi, but I know that's not it. But still, Mamushi? Is it Mamushi? Why isn't Mamushi coming to mind? Because it's Ryu, it's Yuna, it's Hinari, it's Matsuri, and then it may actually be Mamushi. I don't know. But essentially, I can't wait for Mamushi to show up and get washed by my glorious King Date. But still. Class rep. Eida's looking like, I will wash you. Don't get too confident. I'll say, so I feel what we ought to be doing is not chasing after Boruto. He may get his cheeks spread by Daddy Damon. But you saw it too, didn't you? If it had gone badly, Boruto might have died instead of just being wounded. I mean, actually, I still find it absurd. People say, I mean, I guess you seal chakra, you seal jutsu, you seal chakra. That feels like that doesn't link to me. But I was definitely a big, y'all remember, I was definitely a big, why is the word escaping my mind? I was a big hater on the chapter where Boruto had just his jutsu supposedly sealed away. And thusly, technically, that took away everything. But then, a friend of mine broke it down clearly to me. Technically, enhancing your body through chakra is a jutsu, but they always do it, so you never think about it. So, like, technically, that's why Ebisu was able to, like, not Ebisu. Gosh, I remembered his name last time by accident. It's not Ebisu. What's this Scar Interrogator guy? Scar Interrogator. Naruto. It's not Ebisu. It's Ibiki. Ibiki Morino. Ibiki. That's why Ibiki was able to do something. It's because technically, even just reinforcing yourself is also a jutsu, which is was kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, technically that is the case. Let's see. Just being wounded, it's too reckless for him to take on those monsters by himself. Y'all will not help. I let me be so real with you, sir. You and Sumire are useless. He has better luck with Kawaki, and Kawaki's getting washed too. He has better luck with Himawari, and Himawari is getting washed too. Like, y'all need to still hit the gym. Y'all are doing good against the blank generic ones, but like the moment the name ones started popping up, those divine trees were one in y'all's pockets. Get back in the gym. Have you considered the possibility that he got hurt because we were there? Yeah. That's literally how it worked. Like, he was literally protecting y'all. But then again, at the same time, I won't fully blame them for that, because the divine trees were going to attack regardless. And like, Hidari is very specifically after Sarada. So that's not necessarily their fault. It's your fault for being alive, I guess, but like, that's out of your control. Let's see. David's like, yo, wait a minute. Why is this class rep character cooking low? Huh? What? You might want to try putting yourself in, Boruto's shoes. Huh? Sorry. You sound. I'm not. No, because your mother's analytical too. You ain't sound like your parents right now. Sorry. Pick up some pieces. Think a little bit. Let's see. Do you really think he likes having to keep things from us? Has there ever been a moment where you reflected on his pain? Don't. If that really is, it's sorry to really. I mean, I guess. I mean, I've been dense before. Admittedly, nowhere near the kind of scenario that Boruto's in, and by proxy, Sarada now needs to think about comprehending. But like, geez, Sarada, I think Sumire has to come in with this kind of side. G. But then again, I mean, there are definitely times where this actually kind of does remind me of Sasuke and Sakura both, where ultimately there were times where they were so headstrong in their beliefs and stubborn that they never really did consider the perspectives of other people. Ultimately, they were all focused on what they saw, what they believed, and what they wanted that they never did. So actually, this is actually good writing for the daughter of those two characters. Class rep. And not just Boruto's feelings, but mine too. Oh, what we talking about? You do know, don't you? That I like Boruto a lot? Yeah, and I know it's not gonna happen. Let's see. And yet, you just leapt into his arms. Okay, and? Just because you... Now, Sumire. Just because you were too slow, just because you didn't hit the reaction command in time, just because you didn't... Lord. Just because you... Where's my God? It's nowhere near... You lucky throwing it... Just because you didn't hit triangle in time, bro. Just because you weren't caught up on your KH2 lessons doesn't mean that Sarada needs to suddenly hold back. If she wants a piece of that Osuski man meat, she got it first. Don't hate, appreciate. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. Rough stuff. Honestly, Sumire, I do not care. If I was Sarada, I'd be mean as all get it. So I'd be like, that's what you're worried about. I do not care. I've tried to be respectful of your feelings. to understand that your reaction in the moment was to be expected. But what about you, Sarada? When you were in front of me, do you think about my feelings at all? Just a little. No! You are irrelevant! What? Like, is that wrong? But like, no matter what kind of dynamic or relationship you think Sarada and Boruto have, SUMIRE, you are like the only thing you're good for is the fact that you also know the truth. That is it. You provide nothing else of that. Why would I care? That I'm sounding so mean right now. But like, if you'll hop off tip, if you'll hop off tip and figure something else out, you what? Eida's like, oh, you're getting a little bit dramatic. Please get out of here. Awkward. I agree, Ada, I agree. That's why my boy David woke up. He's like, I will one-shot the both of you if you do not take this awkward behind, stupid behind, ugly behind, romantic tension out this room. Let's see. Awkward. It's so intense. I'm afraid to even twitch. And yet, this is crazy fun. Keep going. Loki, I genuinely do not care. What happened to Boruto and Kawaki teaming up? I do not care. Let's see. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring this up. You literally did, though. You literally, SUMIRE, don't make me reach into this mouth. I was just praising you. I was just glazing you. Now I gotta, SUMIRE, oh my lord. Especially at a time like this. Sarada's like, I'm sorry. That's my man, unfortunately. And she's gone. Wait, class rep. How much longer will I still just be class rep? Forever! Who are you? Like, and admittedly, I need to do a reread of part 1. But like, who are you, dog? You random. You nobody. I know. Like, straight up, where? Okay, to be fair, that's Roxas's pendant. It's not. I don't have anything that directly has the nobody sigil on. Like, you are straight a cage to nobody, and I'm talking about pre-dream drop distance. I don't even believe you got a heart. You a nobody. But to you, boom, gone. What? But like, what? Well, I'm not care. Well, she's probably gonna get bit, and then she's gonna want Boruto. If I assume that's what we're setting up, we're setting up all these strong feelings for SUMIRE to have. So hopefully the next time the Divine Trees attack, they get a noble of her. She gets incarnated, probably with like the New Age powers infused into her, and then she's like, I want to devour Boruto. I want to eat his whole Otsutsuki meat. That'd be a crazy plot twist though. She ended up becoming like a major antagonist. That'd be cool. Let's see. Eida, it's Shikamaru. If you have a minute, I'd like to talk to you. Spaghetti-O? What's going on? I hear he's been in the village several times. Oh, wait, who's this? What's going on? I hear he's been in the village several times. Moreover, you let him slip right through your fingers when you had him in custody. He's one measly rogue ninja. Why haven't you been able to dispose of him more? He's literally a god. Are you kidding me? Who are you? Oh, wait, no. This is, I'm sorry. This is one of the people who funds the Land of Fire, right? Like, they're the elders and they're the people who fund the Land of Fire. This is one of him, right? But still, like, has no one told him? Like, even with omnipotence, they should know that Kawaki was a deity. Or infused with, like, the strongest deity. Like, at bare minimum, they should know, even if they don't know he's directly infused with Momoshiki, they should know he's infused with Otsutsuki. And it's, like, designed as a living biological weapon. Like, I'm sorry, we just got regular dudes. We don't have the gods no more. Sasuke's gone. Naruto's gone. And they got nerfed. Like, we do not have the manpower. Let's see.
Please forgive this appalling, inexcusable blunder.
Recapture him and stuff him out quickly. Should you fail, those responsible will end up being brought to task.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, this is the Lord Daimao.
Oh, rest assured, Lord Daimao. We shall put an end to this in a matter that suits your wishes.
Hop off tip, bro. Go, you go fight the deity. Let's see.
If it were up to me, I'd rather not meet with you in person.
Yeah.
As looking at you muddles my thoughts.
Yeah. Honestly, that makes sense. I wouldn't want to meet with Eida personally either. Like, because ultimately, all she needs to do once you've met her is ask her to ask you anything. And since you are under the effects of her ability, you will tell her whatever she wants. She genuinely, like, Boruto has introduced a bunch of cracked abilities, but I still think up there with, like, Damon's, obviously it makes sense. It's one of the divine, like, ultra abilities. But Eida's, it's legit up there. The only ones I would want more are like Damon's, because like then you just literally can never get hurt. Meanwhile with Eida, presumably if your attacks do splash damage, you could probably still hurt her, if only by accident. I don't want. Oh my nose! Please, let me speak. I'm trying to voice act normally. I'm sorry. I feel disgusting. I didn't want the sensory unit eavesdropping. Besides, I like it when you're out of sorts. It's cute and endearing. Eida, he is a married man. Let's see.
And what of the sand circumstances?
Oh, smart. Unfortunately, it's just as you predicted. There's a new divine tree person. His name is Ryu Ishigori. He's modeled on the Sunagakure boy.
Shinki. Darn it.
And his target is the Kazekage. Gora! The Kazekage is safe now since he's sealed away, but Ryu is able to undo that seal, likely because it's his jutsu to begin with, which is interesting.
We need to take down Ryu for Gaara's sake. I'll arrange a mission to the Sunagakure stat.
Who? Wait, who? Like, once again, Shikamaru, you aren't built like that. Kima's not built like that. Shoji's not built. None of you are built for this. I'm sorry. You need Boruto. Or, like, even Kawaki's clearly not built for this. If they run up to the sand village 2 Shinju deep, y'all are clap. By the way, what I saw was from a few hours ago. It wasn't real time. Why not? Why can't you look over there real time? There's an annoying divine tree who's actually able to look into my eyes when I'm watching with the Sunagakure. Oh, that's actually kind of crazy. How did Bug Tree unlock that ability? I think it's Mamushi. How did Mamushi unlock that ability? Like why can he do that? Because it does seem to be like he's the only one. He's the only one that mentioned like Eida. Clue for you. But then again, Eida, as long as you have my glorious King David on speed dial, that's light. Let's see.
Huh? That's possible? Is it some sort of ability?
I'm not sure, but it made my blood run cold. I don't know what he might have done if I'd kept watching. So I apologize, but please don't ask me to watch them in real time anymore. That's understandable though, but not really. Cause you got unless do you not have faith in my glorious King David? Because like I'm still waiting. I'm genuinely waiting to see him cook. Because it's been a minute. It's been like years, plural. Because he didn't fight much at all in part 1. So like it's actually been a hot behind minute since we've seen David cook at all. So like honestly, keep watching. Tell Bug Tree to come run it. And then let Damon run his pocket. Let's see. You're the one who set it up. Oh.
Understood. No worries. Past events are fine. I'm grateful for whatever intel you can gather and report.
Gaara may already be eaten, dog. If that was hours ago, like, how far away is Sunagakure? I feel like the Divine Trees can just make it. Like they will go there. Like, in fact, what's her name? Matsuri was already there. So, like, they probably do have some claw marks set up. So, that should be an easy dub. Let's see. Or an easy teleport, and then GG. But it won't be for plot. Let's see.
I'm grateful for whatever intel you can gather and report.
Oh, and about Boruto. You're the one who set it up, right? Helped him escape using Mitsuki.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Actually, that's an impressive feat for Shikamaru. The fact he's able to resist her ability. Like, you would think, if you're under the influence of her direct ability, like, you'd be forced to tell the truth just because you love her, right? Like, you wouldn't lie to somebody you truly, deeply love. And that's what Eida's ability enforces. Don't play dumb. Relax. I won't tattle on you to Konoha. I mean, it wouldn't be to my advantage to endanger your position. That's true. But then again, who fight Damon? In the verse, like, I was gonna say in the village. In the verse, gosh darn it. I feel like who fight Damon? And besides, I just don't intend to reveal anything to you. Ah. Oh wait, no, that's Boruto's line.
I just don't intend to reveal anything to you. I haven't told a single lie.
Above all else, I don't want to cause Boruto trouble. Oh! Well, yeah, once again, she did admit that at the end of part 1. She's like, I'm sorry. I didn't even know what I really did. Deuces, I'll leave you alone. So this is her continuing that promise from the end of part 1. Huh? She's like, wait, Shikamaru's like, wait, another ally? Forget I said that. I was thinking out loud.
But you told the truth. Whoopsie-doo.
Let's see. Kawaki's agreed to team up with him for now. So, if you want something done about those divine trees, I'd leave the two of them alone to do it. Okay, so she's dropping bad info right now. So Loki, she's off a little leave ally, at least with the right people.
Eida, Boruto has a mystery accomplice. Have you seen him?
Oh, you know who it is. This man is like, He previously spoke to me in the form of a toad. The toad was familiar. It's Kashin Koji, isn't it? It's like, darn, well, why even bother asking? Well, to confirm.
As sharp as ever, Shikamaru. And yes, you're correct.
When did you get here, dog? Wait, you know what? Just because... No, I want to keep it in the front place.
Listen closely, and I'll give you the gist. No questions asked, alright?
What?
Sarutobi Konohamaru, Uchiha Sarada, and Mitsuki deploy those three to the land of wind.
Oh, well, this is... Okay, so he's using prescience here. What? Either Ryu and Matsuri are bound to show up there. Or even both of them together. Oh.
Have your trio team up with the two and send ninja to slay them.
Hold on a minute. What's going on? Give me a convincing reason why.
I told you, no questions. If it's not enough to convince them, then come up with something plausible.
What?
One other thing. Do not let Uzumaki Himawari outside Konoha. Jura has his eyes set on her. If she steps outside of Konoha, it may draw his notice. It will result in her death.
Whoa! But honestly, outside... Well, then again, Boruto and Kawaki will likely just immediately reappear and run smoke again. But then again, I don't know, Yuri, he's kind of good. But that's the thing. If all the Divine Tree people, if they move in a pack, I think even... Well, we've seen this. Boruto and Kawaki as a combo would be cooked. Boruto, with Code there, was like, hey, we need to work together to fight, what, 3 of them? It was Bugtree, Yuta, and Hidari at the time. Now they've essentially doubled their numbers, because it's Yuta, Hidari, Bugtree, Matsuri, well, Mamushi, Matsuri, and then Ryu. That's 5, though. That's 5. Wait. Yuta, Matsuri, Mamushi, Ryu, Hidari. Yeah, so it's only 5 right now, but still. 5 of them. I think Boruto and Kawaki are cooked. Kawaki was literally one shot, so I don't know. Let's see. The reason I say that is I'm not sure why Yuta doesn't just pull up again. Like, okay, Hidari's regenerated. Go break Konoha's cheeks in and go get what you need. Let's see.
Will result in her death. Fortunately, Shiraho's Konoha's cultural value and high esteem, and he himself is reluctant to battle within the village.
He's gotta be Jigen, bro. He's gotta be Jigen, dog. Let's see.
So barring any extreme circumstances, she should be safe for now, as long as she stays within the village boundaries.
So she's obviously gonna run off and escape and get captured. Let's see.
And notifies everyone to treat him as...
Okay, let me stop doing this. He's talking way too... I thought he was not gonna talk too much. I feel bad for giving this frog voice that people can probably really understand. And notify everyone to treat him as any ordinary customer, if Jura happens to pay a visit to the bookstore or some such. Oh, well, that's cool. As long as he's peaceful for the most part, and doesn't immediately go and attack Himawari. What? Are you serious? This is no joke. What is most critical is to not provoke Yura. Understand that if you truly anger him, we have no chance of winning. Absolutely not. Yeah, it's gotta be Jigen, bro. It's gotta be Jigen. It may... I don't want to say it's Ishiki, because that seems like... I feel like then by proxy, there'd be like a Momoshiki one. But like... It most likely is the remains of Jigen animated. From the respectfulness to the lightheartedness, the charity. But then again, we don't know enough really about Jigen as his own person. It may legit just be the Jigen remains infused with Ishiki's tendencies. And that's why he's like so interested in like human culture and interactions and is rather cordial for the most part. Let's see. Absolutely none. That doesn't make sense though. Yoda seems unbelievably powerful. To avoid Yoda interfering, we'll hit the others with the minimum force required. If Yoda shows up, retreat immediately. Yoda's really hip. Let's see. Deuces. That's all for me. I wish you luck. It's so great because he's stoned. Hey, hold on! My belated thanks to you for your assistance in saving Boruto's life. I'm very much obliged. You followed your heart, going against the village laws and your fellows, to carry it out without any proof of the truth. To do what you believed was right. How he spent.
I will not coerce you. Keep following your heart to achieve a good future.
Okay, now you might be... Well, then again, like... Even Shikamaru with his, like, Giga Galaxy Omega Third Eye Super Brain would probably never figure out prescience. Like that, it's like figuring out Eida's ability omnipotence. Like, you don't figure that... You are told that. You are told about it. Like, you don't assume that. Even with the mention of the good future. The only reason I'm going to click that as like, you may be dropping too much on prescience is because I know what prescience is. But like, Shikamaru would not immediately think, oh, this walking, talking toe man, clone of Jiraiya, has the ability to see all futures and is warning me very specifically. If anything, he would just assume you made a bunch of good guesses on the information you have so far, which is more information than he has, because you're Kashin Koji, who at least worked previously with an organization that seemed to have some sort of information on the divine trees. Let's see. Fine. So, Eida, how long was he sitting in your hair? Shikamaru, stop lighting up. That's bad for you.
Yeesh, what a bother.
What a drag. Eida's like, please don't smoke around me. That's disgusting. Follow your heart, huh? Sumire, I do not care. Sumire, I tell you from the bottom of my heart, I do not care. Why the heck did I bring that up? Because you're going to become a divine tree. I'm an interesting antagonist, I promise. Let's see. Oh, okay. Finally, some motion. We have not seen Boruto or Kawaki at all this chapter, but Mitsuki, Sarada, Konohamaru, look at gay. Let's see.
Sarada, is something wrong?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
Don't space out, or the sand ninja will make fun of you.
That's accurate. Actually, genuinely accurate. Let's see. Master Konohamaru.
Yodo and Arya?
Who are you two? Oh, I genuinely forget. Welcome to the land of wind. For some reason, I always forget that Sunagakure is technically the land of wind. And not, like, for some reason when I hear Sunagakure, I think of the sand village, like the village hidden in the sand. But I guess it is really the land of wind. Just like, because it's called the village hidden in the leaves, I always forget that it's the land of fire. Like I associate it with what it is the village of. Not the village of the sand, the village hidden in the leaves. Not necessarily the land of fire or the land of wind. Welcome to the land of wind.
We appreciate your help. Thank you too. Now let's get moving.
That area with all the columnar rocks corresponds with the coordinates we were told about.
Master, where did Lord Eighth get his intel? I don't know. Supposedly it's a reliable source, but I'm still dubious about it as well.
Do they not know about Eida? I guess they may not assume that. Once again, Eida's relation to the rest of the village is actually kind of weird. Let's see. Yo, it's been a while. I genuinely do not remember either of your characters. Your aura's changed a lot. You into a guy? Ooh! Yes. Huh? No. Not that it matters.
Found him!
Divine tree people. Y'all should get your cheeks spread open as far as I know. But let's see. Okay, at least it's this dude. No one here particularly to devour Sarada. Like, if Hidari was here, I'm in actual danger. But Ryu and Mamushi or Matsuri have no real reason to like immediately devour any of y'all. But see. No, they got Frog Gang!
What is this toad? Darn it! There's two of them.
A clue that'll lead to Boruto. But interesting. So they are taking their sweet time. But that leaves... So you have two here. That leaves Yura, Hidari, and Mamushi elsewhere. In the wind. That's real dangerous. Because they could either be out making more Divine Tree people, or they're just going to randomly show up at the Leaf Village. Looking for some. And obviously, while apparently Yoda is quite calm, and right now Hidari's main target is away, hey, even Bugtree himself showing up. Mamushi, he may actually cut. But overall, a W chapter, though, admittedly, I'll admit, it does feel a little bit strange. Like, last chapter ended on the hype of Boruto and Kawaki teaming back up. I really thought we were going to double down and I simply didn't see Boruto and Kawaki at all. Modern Boruto and Kawaki. I really thought this chapter was going to, like, build on that hype and really start to show us, like, what they're doing. Like, whether it be Boruto beginning Kawaki's training, or them working together to hunt down the Divine Tree people, or something along those lines. But no, they don't even make the modern version of Kawaki and Boruto are only talked about. They don't even get a mention or an image showing in this chapter. So we did divert a lot of the intention here. But still, I like what this chapter does on a macro sense. I like that it gives us more context for Boruto's training in his version of the Flying Raijin. It essentially wipes away any discrepancies and builds upon his Otsutsuki biology in an interesting way, and it allows him to be unique and limited in a way that allows him to be powerful, yet not too broken overall. Of course, he still has Uzuhiko, so he's still insanely broken, but still, more balanced than he initially seemed to be. On top of that, I do like the rules around the singularity. Ultimately, the reason why Kashin Koji doesn't... And I mean, once again, it is kind of like Iimoto and Kishimoto addressing, hey, they have the ability to see the future. Why not just tell everybody in the future? Giving us a good reason why in universe, ultimately, that wouldn't be the smartest thing to do. It would cause too many complications. And honestly, they're only guessing on the futures they kind of see now and not knowing how much their changes would affect it. I like giving that a good explanation. Well, I'll admit, the SUMIRE, Sarada, Boruto love triangle thing is like not my thing at all, mainly because I'm like already so hard locked in on Boruto that like I know Boruto is a thing. I know people like it, but like I don't know. I genuinely barely remember SUMIRE as a character at the time. And honestly, the most interesting thing about this whole conflict to me is that I genuinely believe she's going to become a divine tree person who wants to eat Boruto. Because so far we haven't had a divine tree person that is interested in actually consuming one of the Otsutsuki. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think she'd succeed if she became a divine tree person wanting to devour Boruto. But I think the reason we're focusing on all this hard stuff, she's disconnected with Sarada, Eida doesn't really care about her, she's pretty much a lone character in the wind, is so it can be nice and tragic when she becomes a divine tree person. That's the most interesting part to me, and I found Aida's reaction kind of funny. Also, a setting of my glorious King David. We love seeing my amazing, wonderful, scrumdiddlyumptious little soloing the verse king land and resting out. But also, I do like, and before she got a little bit distracted from me, I do like how Sarada is actually being characterized here, focused on her stubbornness and her own beliefs above all else, and also Miri has to break her out of that and be like, hey, think a little bit, think a little bit, think a little bit. It's nice. Once again, it goes to show that Sarada really is her mom and dad's child, and I like that. Also, this is an interesting little panel. It's a one panel interaction too, not even one panel, a one page interaction where the Lord of Fire, the Daimao, does actually come in and be like, hey, get rid of the problem, which does make me wonder what resources the village elders do have to do such a thing. Like, presumably they just want to capture him again, but like, good luck with that. Y'all were lucky the first time. I don't think you're going to get another chance, but I'm interested to see where that plotline goes, because we're still establishing this as a plotline. They do want to still execute Boruto, and multiple characters do want this, apparently. And also, I do like the final warning of Kashin Koji and how he dances that fine line between giving up too much and giving up just enough that Shikamaru can work with it, and also allowing for Eida and SUMIRE and Sarada to all be left in interesting spots about their emotions, specifically regarding our main character. That's all really well and good, and I'm interested to see Ryu and Matsuri actually fight properly with characters of decent caliber, because so far we haven't, well, decent caliber is hard to say when it comes to the current group of people, but Mitsuki's pretty strong, Sarada's pretty strong too, and I hope Konoha cooks, but these are the two that have basically been unproven. Matsuri was created well after the first Divine Tree scuffle, and obviously Ryu is a newborn baby, so I'm interested to see how these two fight. So overall, one more time, W chapter. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, please do me a favor and leave too much love in the comment section down below. And then thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a picture down below where you support me for as well as one exclusive videos, early content, and more. You'll also now become a member on the channel for as well as 3 months to get the same perks and more. So those perks include the live reactions to whatever the series I am to review, and if you're very used to all my videos, and becoming to a $50 Patreon or $20 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, I do a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below where you can shop 5 things for a short video, 20 means a long video, or any means at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off.
I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members, Zara, Greyhound, Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Brandon Payne, Glacier XZ, and G Prosper. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $5 members, A plus A, Ignil Lind, Kevin Encarnacion, Midnight Lord 21, and Sean. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $7 members, Fine, Austin Wimberly, Uchiha, and Yuki Ally. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $10 members, AZ Void, J Warrior, and Robbie Uchiha. And I'd like to give a big old thank you to our $10 patrons, Overlord Zero, Waki Munoz, and Idem Okami. And I'd like to give a final gracious gargantuan thank you to our $100 That Guy with a Pencil tier patron, Calvin Elder.